Okay, back for a double episode review of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Go and review episode 4 and 5 for today. It's a way overdue. I should have reviewed this episode last week, but I kind of forgot. Yeah, I just came back from holiday. It's just what it is. Don't shoot the messenger. Anyway, I'm going to review episode 4 first. The title of this episode's called Is This Not Real Magic? For me, this was an entertaining episode. A lot of people on social media and the internet really don't like the show overall. I'll get to that later on in this review. And I'm guessing a lot of people really don't like this episode. It's their opinion. But for me, I think it was a good episode. It's focused on a failed magician, Donny Blaze, played by Rhys Coiro. I think that's his name. Coiro. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name properly. I think it's Coiro. Yeah, Coiro. He is the husband of Kat Coiro, who she is the director of the show. I like this character, Donny Blaze. I think Rhys Coiro played a good job playing this character. I hope we see more of this Donny Blaze character in the future, whether it's later on in the series or maybe in future projects. So anyway, so he got like the the ring, Doctor Strange use, let's talk about the beginning parts of the episode. He's doing a magic show. He's doing these like stale old magic tricks. Pulling out a fake flowers, and people just do not care. They're just like bored. And then all of a sudden, like he's got the ring, and they introduce like Madison, with was it two, I think it was two N's and a Y. I don't know who she played. I don't know what actress plays Madison. She plays a good job. I thought she's gonna be annoying in this episode. To me personally, I think she was fine. She ain't great. I think she was good. I think she was kind of funny. I like calling Wong Wongas. And also, let's talk about Wonga this episode. I think in the last episode, he was like misused, to be honest. Just misused. He was kind of just kind of there, and then and then I think they kind of used him in this episode. Really hate Donny Blaze. I thought like Donny Blaze stole that ring, but instead he was trained like the mystical arts like Wong himself and Doctor Strange. I feel like he said to Jen that he got kicked out using free kegs. Man, I wish they had an opportunity to have like a flashback scene like Donny Blaze drinking beers, having parties. He had like a cameo appearance of have Tilda Swinton have a cameo as the Ancient One kicked him out. That would be funny how it like play out. But that's my opinion. I think they missed a great opportunity. So yeah, I think he played very well in this episode. You got this black guy. He's the guy on the picture. And also they focus more on Jen. She's on like set up a dating account, trying to date because she's She-Hulk. Anyway, so I'm guessing what's it called? Matcha it's called. She was on dates in this episode. One of them was like kind of like a fanboy or something like that. Like not a fanboy, kind of like say, "Oh, you're indestructible," and Jen says, I'm not gonna test myself, and I think this guy called her a specimen, and what's that? I'm not gonna remember what she says. I'm in my 30s, I don't know. I'm moving on. So, and then she dates another guy who's like, how much do you deadlift? And then she said like a lot of it, a ton or something. I deadlift 600 pounds, but I'm not a hero. a superhero. He said he did like this guy who's I think something about with working with medications. I can't really pronounce the name of the title. Like I can't remember, but yeah, he ended up like taking him to her house. They end up having not really maybe having sex. You can tell like the Jen's character. You can tell it's CGI. She's not really. I don't know how tall. What's her name? Tatiana Masawi. She's not short. I think she's around 5'6" or something. Like the character of Jennifer Walters. Actually She-Hulk, who's about 7 feet tall. I got it. Someone else picking him up. I don't know. I don't know how tall is this guy Jen dating this episode. Anyway, so like yeah, the Madison character was funny. She was drunk, like I like the chemistry between him and Wong. She always giving out like doing spoilers because like Wong's watching The Sopranos. There's the theme music of The Sopranos. Never seen The Sopranos. I heard it's good. I never got a chance to watch it. What it is, man. But I like mafia type of movies and probably and shows. But I might give it a chance one day. I like Madison in this episode. Just giving out the the result, giving out the spoilers and like and in the court case between Wong and Donnie Blaze, she said like she made a pact towards the devil or the demon or something like that, and I looked it up that they're bringing a lot of reference of Mephisto. We heard was like there were plans. They're teasing like he's going to be in WandaVision, but maybe not. But I don't see that character's going to be in the show. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to bring that character. I don't know. But yeah. So, but yeah. I think yeah. He kind of came. He came into Wong's lair. Holding a heart. I don't know how she got the heart. Like, it was just like an actual heart. Beeping like boom, 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 boom. And yeah, like yeah, like I think I think he said like the demon's Jake, and some guy in the courtroom says, "I know a Jake." Yeah, people like people like don't like this episode of the show overall. I'll get to that shortly, but anyway, you can tell like in Wong's face that yep, I'm not winning this court case against Donnie Blaze, and I think he won it after all, but we'll get to that also later on. But yeah, so like yeah, I think like with yeah, he said Wong said to Madison says, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you. I think she said like Kath Foro, or say yes, but no more spoiler about Sopranos. I glad to bring a reference of Sopranos in the show. Like WandaVision throw a lot. They do a lot of reference of different TV shows like Bewitch and Brady Bunch, Malcolm in the Middle. I like that, and I think What If did bring a reference of Top Gun. I never seen that. Never seen the two movies. The first one and the latest one of this year. I don't know, but anyway, so and yeah, the post credit scene was good, and I think now they're producing a lot of post credit scenes. In other shows you don't see that. You only see it like whether it's the series finale, like in Miss Marvel, you saw it in I think it's the first and the finale, but now every week post credit scenes. It's like shit. Anyway, so I like the chemistry, like the drinking, Madison said to Wong, do you ever drink, alcohol? I know iced tea is not. I think iced tea is no, it's not really alcohol, but some iced teas are alcohol. But you ever drink? Asking Bond, do you ever drink any type of like alcoholic drinks? It's kind of fun. Anyway, so yeah, Wong. Blaze is like, yeah, you can tell he's a film magician. He's conjure up like yeah. I like I like the hype man of this. Was it Cornelius? And also like yeah, get back to the Jen on the dating app. I think he said they ask for like they give them like a cease or desist form, and then he's like pretending like it's disappeared, and then I think Jen says, "I can I can see it underneath your sleeve." You can tell he's like a failed magician, and then like Jen's phone, like she's got like a match on Matcher. It's like, oh, someone's on Matcher, and that guy says, "What's Matcher?" You can tell this guy's from a different time. I'm guessing like this ring can also not come from a multi-universe, but can travel through time. He's not using like the time stone. Anyway, but yeah. I like, and also in that scene, like when Donnie Blazes did like a trick that he's changing up his clothes. You had Cornelius doing like the knot trick, and I think his lawyer doing the pouring handkerchiefs around his like sleeves. Some people don't like this episode. I get it, but for me, I think it's funny. I think they're starting to pick up some momentum a bit, and I think like why the show. I'll say it a little bit again when I review episode 5. But that's a little bit later on. But yeah, I understand why people don't like the show. I think it has to do. Yeah, it's not like a standard superhero show. Like Jen's gonna be She-Hulk, beam down baddies. I'm gonna give the MCU some props for thinking outside the box. I think they are thinking outside the box. Look at WandaVision. They think outside the box. They're not focused on they're the superheroes. They're beating the piss out of the supervillains week in week out. No, they focus on more on storytelling. Like with Miss Marvel, same. I think that was still a bad show. It has to do with pacing, to be honest. And some of the episodes on that show was a bit filler. But yeah, they focus more on storytelling. But yeah, I think I think in the comics the Jen Walters character is a lawyer. I'm glad she's doing her own thing without her being like Hulk before becoming Smart Hulk, doing things without destroying or just wrecking the town, wrecking the city without any consequences. Yeah. So I'm glad they did that. And also some was a bit filler. Like one scene. I think one episode like Jennifer's like dating this guy, and he said that he got kicked out. Was banned in Canada for something about a stroller. They had this like standoff. I think something about who's gonna pay the bill, something like that. You can tell that guy with long hair didn't really give a shit about Jen, about her looks. I think he was more interested like dating She-Hulk instead of Jen Walters. Like you can tell. I don't know. Sorry, a bit of a brain freeze moment, but I don't know. Maybe they don't find her attractive, but anyways, people find maybe she saw the She-Hulk character attractive, but anyway, so yeah, she saw like the guy just look around, didn't pay attention to her. She's looking around with the girls, staring in his phone, something like that. Anyway, so yeah. In the second magic show of Donny Blaze, in the later stages of the episode, he's doing doing magic, conjure. He saw like a dove. He got his his magician assistant, holding the egg, and these demons coming around. To me, the first off, they look like these characters, those creatures from Gremlin. And then also when they're growing bigger, they had wings, that was kind of the only action sequence of the show. Maybe they're not going to focus on too much of action sequence. Like series 2, my apologies, episode 2, they didn't have any action sequence, The end of episode 3, you had Jen being the baddies, who's working with some mysterious boss, so, anyway, so, you can tell, like, Donny Blaze, he got, he's not doing magic, I think Jen, one moment, grabbing one of the demons, says, like, something about, you agree with was it Cecil deceased, and they say, oh, maybe, and he grabs the demon, he kind of friend with the big demon, and say, yeah, I hope they bring that character in future projects. I like the character. He's not like a serious villain, but he's more like type of a Justin Hammer type of character. I wish he brings more. I think he was kind of funny. You know, it's funny, like in that court scene, like when Madison said about that flower doesn't smell, and he had Blaze, basically just go, what? Yeah, because you're not supposed to have any smell. It's not real flowers. It's just fake. It's a prop. But yeah, hope we see more. And also in the end of this episode, was it Titanara? That's the character name from the end of episode 1. Friend to sue She-Hulk because of the trademark name. And I like her. Some people don't like her talking to an invisible camera. It's just what it is, Like it says, well, this episode ends in a bummer or something like that. So no, bummer, bummer means disappointing, and a disappointing end. So this episode ends in a bummer. So yeah, we'll get to more. We'll get to episode 5 shortly. So anyway, so yeah, yeah, I think this was a good episode. Not a great one. I think it was good. I think some of the episodes were filler. Like I said, I think people just don't like it. It's just their opinion. Okay, moving on to episode 5. The title of this episode is called Mean Green and Straight Pure Into These Jeans. Fine episode, bit filler. Doesn't mean this episode is terrible, but at the same time, this episode is not like a must-see episode. It doesn't make me go, oh my god, I need to watch this episode again. This is the best episode so far. No, in my opinion, I think episode 4 is the best episode so far of series 1. I don't know if they're going to do a second series. I don't know. But, yeah, I say episode 4 is the best episode so far. This episode is shorter than the last episode. Episode 4 was about, 34, 35? I think it was 36 minutes long. This episode is half an hour. Like episode 2, I'm gonna change my opinion about episode 2. Episode 2 was completely filler. It was rushed. It was incomplete. Yeah, episode 2 is about Jen joining the the Superhuman Law Division or the Superhero Law Division. It's one or the other. This episode, episode 5, is about Jen suing Titanera over the She-Hulk trademark name. This episode, compared to episode 2, this episode's got a lot to talk about. Episode 2, there's not a lot to talk about. It's just, there's not. It's incomplete. I think they benefit if episode 2 had more timing. That's my opinion on it. So anyway, so let's talk about this episode. Episode 5. Like I said, this is about Jen suing Titanera. We haven't saw that character since the end of episode 1. This is over the trademark She-Hulk name. I like they did parody of L'Oreal. I think it was She-Hulk fragrance by Titanera. I kind of like that. And I think in this episode you can tell Jen is slowly embracing the She-Hulk name. She kind of contradicts herself. You're like, oh, I don't like the She-Hulk name. She said to Nikki, the part of it, was good. Lot beautiful hair, not getting hangovers, wearing headphones in the dark, And then I think Nikki says, every woman's dream. Nikki, I'm going to talk about the Nikki character so far. She's okay. We got the return of Dennis. Dennis. We haven't saw Dennis since episode 3. I like the character, in this episode, you had Dennis and Nikki going to see this guy called, we introduced a new character called, what's it called? Drip Broker. He was fine in this episode. I can't have a personal opinion because maybe the character is not really fleshed out. I hope we see more of him because we haven't seen episode 6 yet, so basically we got a lot. We haven't got long left about this show. The show ends on, I think it's mid-October. So yeah, let's get to the ending of this episode. This episode was a bit weird to me. There was a box with the helmet, and the helmet, some people confirm this is Daredevil, because I knew that, before, this is, weeks ago, I looked who's in the show. I found out, Daredevil, Matt Murdock's in it, played by Charlie Cox. And the character's returning. I think it's getting, the new show. It's good to see. It's confirmed that, Charlie Cox, Matthew Murdock's gonna be in it. I think he's there for a cameo. Then I don't think he's gonna play a massive part of the show. I think this episode, actually not this episode, but this show is basically, it's like basically this show overall. You can tell the villains are taking the back seat. I understand why people are frustrated about the show. They just think this is going to be like another superhero show, villains, fighting, something like that. But like I said, I think they're thinking outside of the box. This show is not about Jen. She's not going to take the mantle of, following her cousin's footsteps, becoming the new Hulk. It's her becoming this superhero lawyer. Like with Falcon and Winter Soldier, is about Sam Wilson, Falcon, taking up the mantle, become the next Captain America. Hawkeye, you can tell, Kate Bishop is taking up the mantle of Hawkeye. It's not. Yeah, this is a completely different. So yeah. We introduced the Drip Broker. We got the returns of Jen's dates. One I forgot to mention it in the last episode. You had what's his name? You got Jen was dating a guy who's really a writer. I forgot to mention that. In the court case scene, and also one of them is lift weights is David Otunga. I said to myself, holy shit, David Otunga's in it. Holy fuck, man! I know he's a shit wrestler. He's a crap commentator, but see him playing this buff dude. No pun towards the buff dudes on YouTube. Go and subscribe to them. But he's just I don't know who he is, but seeing the face, holy shit, David Otunga's in it. Fuck me. Anyway, so you can tell this guy called Arthur had some kind of feelings towards Jen, because she doesn't like Jen as a human, because she said she's not my type. I think she only liked her as She-Hulk, because I think with She-Hulk had some more of a sex appeal. With Jen Walters as a lawyer, there was no sex appeal. I think with Jen Walters, she is average looking as a human, but when she is like I said, as She-Hulk, there's some sex appeal. She's okay looking. What's her name? Tatiana Maslany. I think that's her name is. So anyway, and also in one part of this episode, it's all about the trademark name of She-Hulk. You can tell it's getting into her. She's I think it's on her computer. She basically crushed her stapler. You can tell this episode, like I said, you can tell Jen is slowly embracing the name of She-Hulk. I think she's ended up going to embrace the name. I don't know what direction at the end of this show is Jen's going to be part of the new Avengers. Is she's going to still becoming this superhero lawyer? It's one or the other. We have to wait until. I think we might get a payoff, but I think this is going to get a payoff. If not, I don't say this show is boring. I think the show is good. Yeah, maybe the jokes are hit and miss, but I think I place it in the bottom half. Of it's not on the same level as WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki and Hawkeye and What If. They're the top tier MCU Disney Plus shows. Moon Knight's number 6. I put this in number 7. I don't know about Iron Groot. I don't really count it as a show. That was just a short. I think it's a short. I haven't seen that. Miss Marvel, I put it number 8. We've got the Secret Invasion War coming up. That's another topic for another time. So anyway, let's get back reviewing this episode. You had Nikki and Dennis, and when Dennis says Iron Man shoes in this episode, there was a post-credit scene. I don't really talk about post-credit scenes. I'm going to talk about it. You had Dennis holding a pair of Iron Man shoes and show it to Nikki. I kind of like that Dennis character. I think he's growing. That character's growing on me. You know, like it's just like I think they kind of fleshed out the character really well. You know, hope we're gonna see the character more for the rest of the show. Hope he appears in cameos in future projects. You know that. Hope they do a second series, man. I heard this show's got 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. You know, hope they do more. You know, but anyway, so Titanera, don't have any opinions about her. I hope they fleshed out more of this. You know, my gut feeling, I think the villains are taking the back seat. You thought, like, Abomination's going to be the main villain. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Maybe Titanera. We don't know who is the main villain of the show. We don't know. I think my gut feeling, I think they are taking a back seat. You can tell, like, with Titanera, her goal is getting back at Jen because she put her in jail, you know. But I think we want to see like a massive fight. I think we might get it, you know. This because Titanera is She-Hulk's main villain in the comics, you know. I don't know who's the main villain of Hulk. I think it's the leader. No, I think it's Thunderbolt Ross because the military, the army, and Hulk are not really besties, you know. Like that in that Hulk Agents of Smash show. You know, Thunderbolt Ross, like, basically made Hulk himself as the Red Hulk. I need to review that, show. I think that show is very underrated. Like, same as Ultimate Spider-Man. Some people crap on, like, some shows. Maybe, I don't know, it's their opinion. I don't want to get into that. But, anyway, so, we got this guy who's, I think he was, like, working at a coffee shop, you know. He said, like, something about, like, Antonio you know, I got sent by Antonio. This guy was not really buying into it, you know, and Nikki's saying something in Chinese. And then this guy says, I'm not Chinese. And also he's selling, like, fake knockoff Avengers merchandise. Like, in the t-shirts, you know, he got the characters completely wrong. You know, Iron Man armor is your traditional... The traditional Iron Man armor is red and white, not red and white, red and yellow, my apologies. It's just yellow and red, it's the reverse roll, it's just yellow. The whole part is yellow, and a little bit it's red. Cap's shield is completely wrong, it's blue, then white, then it's blue, white, and red, I'm trying to say. Now it's just red, white, and blue. And again, it's an American flag, it's the reverse roll of the colors of their outfits. You had Hulk who's not green. He made him purple. I'm guessing that's referencing Thanos, you know, because Hulk got his ass kicked by Thanos in Infinity War. And Thor's hair, he's holding he's holding a shovel. I think I'm guessing the show's taking shots at Triple H, man. Like, I think he's taking shots at Triple H, you know, fans don't like Triple H because over the years he's burying talent, you know. How the fuck is Thor burying heroes, you know? I know the rumors, like, back in the day, there's rumors that Triple H was linked to become the actor becoming Thor. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because Triple H has that Viking look. You know, unfortunately, then they went in that direction. They choose Chris Hemsworth instead, you know, but, yeah, seeing, like, Thor holding a shovel, you know, it'd be really cool. It'd be really cool if, like, in a future project, you know, maybe in the next Thor movie, you know, you can have a Triple H cameo, Triple H playing the role as Thor, hitting probably, basically doing this screenplay of him and, like, Christian Bale's character, hitting him with a golden shovel and a sledgehammer. That would be really cool to see. But, anyway, so, and then you had Thor's hair as blonde, he made his hair as ginger. I get with Natasha, she dyed her hair blonde because she didn't want to get arrested by, because she was, like, treasoned by the government from the events of, Civil War in 2016, but her trademark hair color is ginger. So anyway, so yeah, and also the merchandise, they spell the Avengers name completely wrong. They call it Avengers and Avengers with an I instead of with an E. So yeah, we got introduced of the you know, let's get to the court scene. Yeah, we got the characters from like the dating Jen's date from the last episode. One of them is John Bass, who plays Ronnie in that Baywatch movie that played by that was the Rock and Dwayne not Dwayne Zac Efron film from 2017. Didn't recognize him, but yeah, one of them is David Otunga. You can tell that Arthur character has some feeling between him and Jen, so I don't know if they're gonna go in that love interest um like direction. I don't know. I'm not too sure on it. So anyway, so they all go back to the trademark name. You can tell like the like Titanera and her lawyer showing footage of Jen, basically like dismissing the report says, I'm not interested, and then also they produce another clip of basically her. This is a clip from episode 3 saying, "Oh, some guy come up with the name She-Hulk. It's part of me. Yeah, this is signs like I think Jen wants to become She-Hulk, but doesn't want to become the next Hulk. I think that starts her. She doesn't want to become the next Hulk, smashing up stuff. She just wants to become doing like brain over bronze. I'm trying to say, but Titanera end up losing the court case. And in the post credit scene, no, this is the only episode without the post credit scene, but in the end credits, I'm trying to say, you had Titanera basically selling her product in a fan. So I think she's gonna be in I think the rivalry between her and Jen still continue. I think we're gonna get that fight. If not, it'll be a bit of a letdown. My opinions about I think she's just this diva type of character. She's more focused on beauty instead of strength. And also, I think they should have made her a little bit taller, make her like the same size of Jen. Jen. I think Jen's about 7 feet tall, and probably make her like more like 6'10". But I hope we get that. Around too. It's very funny that so far Titanera basically never got a win back. Jen beat her, physically, and beat her in the court case. So, I wish they do see more about her. Put more flesh, put more of her character. I don't have an opinion about Titanera. People say that Najima, the character from Miss Marvel, the villain from Miss Marvel, people say she is the worst villain. She's okay. I don't. It's very hard to who is the worst villain of the MCU. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. For me, it's Laufey and Ivan Blanco. That's Mickey Rourke's character. So yeah. We got the introducing of Drip Broker. Like I said, I can't really have an opinion about him. It's just what it is. So yeah. In the box scene, like Daredevil's helmet, instead of the red helmet, I think it's beige and white. It's like Charlie Cox is gonna wear that. You can tell the show. You can tell the skipping. You can tell like the Daredevil Netflix show is canon. It's not part of the MCU at the time. It's produced by Netflix. You can tell like he's gonna be Daredevil anytime soon. The event of Bullseye framing him, it doesn't exist. I don't know who's gonna be in it. I think some characters are not. I think Foggy must be. I think he's gonna play by someone else. I think the character plays the actress playing Karen Page. You can tell she's not gonna. I don't think she's. I think she's officially done. I don't know, but I think it's next year or the year after that. So I need to address the Phase 5, Phase 6 Marvel movies, and plus the second series of the Disney Plus shows in the coming weeks. So I should have done it like weeks ago because I'm on holiday, but it's just what it is. So I think that's it. I think there's a lot to talk about. Yeah, there's a lot to talk. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Yeah. There's one episode, one part of the early parts of the episode. You had Chad. I think it was Jen's probably brother or something. Talking about trademarks, and Jen so had enough with him. And also in the end credit scene, she was bored, annoyed about her parents. They are very annoying, but some people kind of find them slightly entertained. So yeah, I think I covered it. So I think glad she got her trademark name back. Hope they set up a good payoff, a good series finale, because I'm gonna review episode 6 in midweek and then episode 7 next week. because next this week I'm wrapping up the series 2 reviews of Titans. So next week will be series 7, and then yeah, we got halfway there. We're kind of halfway there. So of the end of the show, I don't know. There's another show after that to wrap up the end of the year. I know Guardians in the Galaxy is getting a Christmas episode, maybe a Christmas show to wrap up 2022. So I think this, like, it wasn't. I think it's an okay show. An okay show. I feel like so far the best show of 2022 has to be Moon Knight. That's number one. I placed this show in the middle, and I placed Miss Marvel like dead last. You know, I think it was a disappointed show. I think it was better off. I think it was better off doing a movie, and have the Eternals like base an episode of one of these characters. You know, I haven't seen it. I heard the the Eternals movie was a letdown. You know, man, I need to review episode 4. So not episode 4. The Phase 4 MCU movie. So that'll be probably next week. Not next week, but that'll be in the start of 2023. So because Phase 4 is nearly coming at the end. You know, because this November we got the next Black Panther movie, and then next year we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and then the final movie to wrap up Phase 4 is Fantastic Four. I heard it's in trouble. I don't know. That's another topic for another time. So anyway, so hope you enjoy my review of episode 4 and 5 of She-Hulk. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Click the like. Click the bell. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And this is Essential Man officially signing out. And see you next time for my review of episode 6 of She-Hulk. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, folks.